These children with special needs have a condition that affects a part of the brain that controls movement, muscle tones, and posture. It's a neurological problem known as cerebral palsy. The children are born with the problem, but this consultant pediatrician says it could have been prevented during pregnancy.
The common causes of cerebral palsy are very preventable, and they include things like birth asphyxia, or when the child is unable to take that important first breath after birth. It also includes things like jaundice, very high jaundice in the body, and these things are preventable. Unfortunately for cerebral palsy, that once the damage has occurred, it's very difficult to undo what has been done.
With early and appropriate intervention, the experts say the affected child can become independent.
Rehabilitation means the management, the ongoing management of children with cerebral palsy. And it involves many specialists. It involves many, from physiotherapists to psychologists to the doctors to the social workers to the orthopedic surgeon. There are quite a number of people who, depending on how severe the problem is, will be involved in the management of such a child. So I think the message really is early presentation for rehabilitation.
For this mother who is giving all she's got to manage her 8-year-old child, she says she can only hope for some miracle.
I go online, I studied more, so what I know is there's no cure. We can only manage them, but only God has the cure. So I know what they are doing for us, just they want to enlighten us on how to manage them, because there's no cure for it. It's only God that cures. It's only God that heals.
The organizer of the awareness program says he was inspired by his son who was born with cerebral palsy.
Myself and my wife, we have a son who was 21 last June. He was born with cerebral palsy, and for 16 years we managed him as best as we could. I was in the Air Force, so that afforded me the opportunity to take him to places like Germany, the UK and India. And yes, we tried as best as we could to make him better. But at the end of the day, we came to the understanding that there is a purpose for that young man in our lives. And it's not about correcting what God has set out to do. It's about accepting it and then seeing the good that we can bring out of it.
Vivienne, Irikefe, TVC News.